Hello out there, this is Jason Kupsik, and I would like to welcome you to your favorite freaky time, the Ectoplasm Show. And I got Josh here with me, of course.
What's up?
How's it going, Josh?
It's going good, man. That was a hell of an intro. I like it.
Yeah, you like it?
You need to do this.
Working on my radio voice.
You need to do this like for every episode. That would be fun.
I don't want to take your thunder.
Fuck the thunder, dude.
Yeah? Well,
Yeah.
I have a couple of... I know you've been waiting for them. I have a couple of surprises for you.
Yeah, I'm ready.
The first one here, I'm actually pulling somebody else into the call here. Hopefully he pops right up. And you could probably see
No
who it's
fucking
going to
way,
be.
dude. No.
Hopefully he answers because he said he was sitting by his computer waiting for us.
Dude.
So, come on, Mike Diamond.
Where is he?
I don't know. We may have to send him a text.
I just got
Mike.
excited. Oh my god, I just got excited.
There he is.
What's up?
How's it going, Mike? Can you hear us? Oh, we can't hear you, Mike. He's got to.
He's
fix something.
finagling it. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, this is what happens when you don't tell people what's going on. Oh,
That's good sauce, man.
yeah. He said you never called.
Hello.
Hey,
What's
Mike.
up?
Hey.
No, I never did call him because I'm a shady prick like that. What's up, man?
Yo, Josh, you like in a rave over there?
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit.
So the reason I wanted to bring somebody else in on this episode, and the reason why I wanted to intro the show is because this is my 40th episode on the Ectoplasm Show.
Holy hell, man.
Yeah.
Snap.
Look at you doing math.
So how's it going, Mike? How's it going up there?
I'm chilling. I'm praying for snow,
Yeah.
as people who work in schools do.
Right.
It's desperate and sad, and it's looking like it's not going to happen. So
Damn it. Oh, my God.
So why don't you? Most people out there that listen to us know of Paranormal Warehouse. Before we get into the dreams and stuff in this episode, why don't you pimp your shit real quick, Mike?
I'll do that. So me and my buddy Chris, we run a website called Paranormal Warehouse, and basically we created it to be a place for people to share evidence and ideas, and just like a central hub where it's all paranormal, and we're always hoping to bring people together and make them feel a little bit better.
Heck yeah.
I like the website. I go on it from time to time. I need to get on there more. And I mentioned this to you before. Is there any app coming, or do you want to build an app, or anything like that?
If I had some free reigning cash, I would have that up
Yeah.
lickety split, but that is definitely not the case.
The apps are a kind of a necessary evil, and they suck, man, because like I've been looking all over the place for like a free app, even just for the Ectoplasm Show. Something really simple, stupid pictures of Jason's sexy ass, and just like the RSS feed, like something really simple and basic, and it would still cost out the nose just to do it. So I don't know. I don't see it.
I know
happening.
that you used to be able to make a free app that would just, they click on it, you go to a website, but I didn't do that. I used to have one for my group, but I didn't make it, and I don't know if that's still a thing. You probably have to pay, even just to have it go to your website now.
Right. It's kind of
Yeah,
a
I've
pain
looked
in
into
the
a
butt.
couple of things, but like honestly, I didn't put that much thought into it. I just was discouraged immediately by the costs of things. So maybe
Yeah.
I'll revisit that and see how it goes.
Here we go.
So
I'm re-recording. I'm screen capturing. That's what I'm doing.
re-screen capturing.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you excited to get back down to Kansas City, Mike?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Missing the 1 year was a bummer. I'm ready to roll.
This year's going to be bigger and better than ever, and I still can't announce who we may have coming in, but I'll tell you off the air.
Okay, sweet.
But what was I going to say? Oh, everybody was so excited to have me back last year. They all came up to me and said how much they didn't like Hector. No, I'm kidding. But how much even Hector, even his wife was like, I'm so glad you're back running this thing.
Yeah.
So
it's good sauce.
Well, that's exciting.
yeah.
I get to, I'll force 2 of my buddies and we'll take the trip again.
Hell yeah. Dude, that's
So
going to be
let's
so
talk
much
about-
fun. Oh my God, that's going to be so much fun.
It's always, anytime, like the 3 times I was down there, every time, like, someone threw up or something ridiculous happened. It's never been normal.
Oh, yeah.
So let's get into dreams a little bit here.
You want to talk dreams?
Yeah, I want to talk dreams.
Let me
Talk about the different kinds of dream. Either of you ever had a lucid dream? It's not really a paranormal thing per se, but it is a fringe topic, I guess.
Yeah, never lucid dream. I've had, like, hallucinogenic sleep paralysis, I think, which is terrible. I
Yeah.
would not recommend anyone have that. Not like it's under their control. But it's a really scary thing, actually.
I couldn't even
so-
imagine doing that. Like having that happen and being helpless or feeling helpless. That freaking terrifies me. I'm the kind of guy that would wake up and I don't know, like want to punch something maybe. And, you can't even move, so now you're like, oh shit, now what? So yeah, screw that.
So I've had one lucid dream. I want to try lucid dreaming. My uncle actually, he lives in California and he's in a lucid dreaming group where they have people in there that that's what they do every night. They do whatever the hell they want in their dreams. Now, I have another story about a guy out there I'll get to, but my lucid dreaming experience comes down to a whole probably 3 seconds in a dream. Well, for people that don't know what lucid dreaming is where you are aware you are dreaming and you're pretty much able to do whatever you want in the dream is the more advanced lucid dreaming. So my dream, I was freaked out because there was a comet coming to hit the planet, and I realized that I was lucid dreaming, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm just in a dream, and then bam, the comet hits, and everybody dies, and I wake up.
Shit.
So brief.
But yeah, I
Debbie
tried. They
Downer.
say that if as you're going to sleep, if you tell yourself something in a repetitive way, it's easier. Like a lot of times, I tell myself, if I am not at work when I wake, or if I don't wake up and go to work, I'm dreaming. But honestly, the few times that I've actually gotten through, like the next day I remember my dreams, I'm in a dream where I'm working, so it didn't really work for me.
Wow. That would suck, man. Like having a dream where you're just fucking working. Like, no.
Yeah. But I want to be able to do whatever I want to in a dream. I know people that they fly to other planets. They
Right.
do whatever they want, and, except for there's one guy that in this group out in California that he is a lucid dreamer and he's able to do anything he wants. There's a building, a federally controlled building on the campus of UC Berkeley, at least there was at the time, that they did studies and other weird things in there. And so in a dream, he wanted to fly there and go inside and see what was in there. As he was approaching the building, this guy flew out of it, put up his hand and said, "Stop."
What
And he
the
wasn't
hell?
able to move anymore. Or
What
he wasn't
the
able
hell?
to get any closer to the building. Yeah, the guy flew out and said, "Stop," and he wasn't able to come any closer to the building. It's the only time he's ever not been able to do what he wants to do in a dream. And this guy he was in like a black suit, just standing there, not letting him in.
Dude, that's
So
messed up.
weird.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. What the hell is that about? Jesus.
I think what they were doing in there were some like psychic kind of testing. So maybe the guy was able to know that somebody's consciousness is coming in here. And he
Heads
didn't
up, this
stop
dude's
it.
coming in. We got to intercept.
That's so weird. So, in that theory, your consciousness is actually traveling throughout the universe, which sounds dope.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
instead of a dream world, you're actually projecting yourself there. That would be awesome to be able to do as well, like astral projection.
So I mean, but hypothetically speaking, then I guess if you wanted to, I guess travel to the White House and see what's going on at that exact moment in the Oval Office, you could hypothetically do so. Then is that correct?
You should be able to. The thing is it's probably impossible. Maybe at least with technology and what they know now, to know if you're actually just dreaming and making up what's going on in your mind, or if you are actually projecting yourself there. I don't know if there's any real way to tell that unless there is some sort of outcome, like the next day they have a story about an intruder in the White House, something to verify it.
Right. But it makes me wonder also, like you say, you're more or less projecting your consciousness. Is that correct? Am I saying it right?
In astral projection, it's projecting your mind or your consciousness to another location. So I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do it in a dream.
Yeah, because more or less then you're a fly on the wall. So I would say pick a location that only one person knows about specifically. And I mean, they would have to know about it, every little nook and cranny of a room. And then describe the color of the carpet or the throw pillows or whatever on the couch, and make sure that it's seriously continents away. I mean, that's what I would propose to do.
So to go outside of dreams real quick, I've been wanting to do astral projection. I've been wanting to work on it. There are people out there that can take, all that they do is they get a number. They get a number from a guy, and that number is representative of a location. But they don't tell the astral projection person that location. They just give them the number. And these guys, they're able to describe in detail the location without ever knowing the place. All they know is it's not even a coordinate. It's just the number assigned by the person doing the study.
The number would be assigned to a specific location then?
Yes.
That only the control would know about?
Yes.
That's amazing.
So much so, and I need to look into the details of this, and we should do a show about it. There was a guy that was doing a study. Well, I don't know. I guess it would be technically a study. He had maybe 10 people that he worked with them for 3 years. And he told them at the beginning, I will never take you off planet. I will never take you off planet. With the thought or within mind that he eventually one day will take him off planet, but he told him, I will never take you off planet. It was part of the stipulation. The only way that these astral projectors would do it is if they knew they weren't going to be taken off planet. So 3 years into the study, 3 years of every few months doing one of these, he decides, I'm going to go off planet now. And he picks the face on Mars. And the two main people that can do this so detailed and well came back with the exact description of not being able to breathe. They felt like they weren't on Earth anymore. They were able to describe the sky and the sand. And they said that inside of that building is a system of tunnels and networks. And that was an actual city that was inundated by a flood.
Because it's more or less like the face on Mars or whatever is more or less like a mesa, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, we've discovered that since the 1970s when they originally found that. That's really freaking interesting, though.
So I don't know why we wouldn't be able to do that in a dream if you were able to train yourself to do it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I'm just trying to kick this around because it seems like, I don't know, you can't really bring, I saw it in a dream to the table, though, and be credible, right?
Yeah, unless you have a control. Like I thought about if I found somebody that was able to do this, or if I was able to do it myself, if I would put something in a box that wasn't locked, but put something in a box that they could look into in a different location and have them tell me what's in the box. Theoretically, they should be able to do it.
Yeah. Shit.
So if anybody out there is able to do this, please contact us because I want to talk to you.
Yeah, that would be insane. I would love to see more experimentation on that. And, like you said, something in a box. It's not like it's something super complicated. If someone says that they can do it, then there you go. Look at this guy.
I'm getting hammered over here. No.
I'm drinking
No deal.
too. I'm drinking St. Pauli Girl.
I feel like a loser now.
Diamond, you fucking square. Come on.
I guess you guys actually both work at schools now, but you have
Right.
to be at school in the morning, so you might not want to be drinking.
Yeah, I made that mistake once. Never again, my friend.
Never again. I gotta say though, Mike, that I saw a picture today where everybody dressed like you. Everybody was like dressed up like you. It was amazing. It was the coolest thing ever.
Oh, dude, we have Spirit Week at school this week.
Yeah.
And all the teachers, it was Twin Day, and they decided to dress up like me, which is weird.
It's really freaking cool.
Oh my God.
I love it, man. At least you have fun at work. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's good stuff.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there's always like some sort of BS going on, but my coworkers are cool, so I'm definitely thankful for that.
Yeah, that helps a ton.
Cool.
Now, I want to, getting back to like dreams and stuff. Have any of you guys had a recurring dream? Something that kind of the same scenario, basically the exact same dream over and over and over again.
Sort of.
Yeah.
So it's with this whole sleep paralysis situation. My wife, then girlfriend, lived in Hoboken, and they moved into this like old church that turned into an apartment like years and years ago. And I would have this dream where I'd just be chilling, like walking down the street or at the supermarket, and then I would lock eyes with a person, and I knew that person was this thing, and you get that feeling just like, oh shit, and then you realize that it's happening, and it's almost like when you become aware of the situation, you are like thrown into the sleep paralysis.
Whoa.
And it's like this person would change into this old woman with no teeth, and I knew she was behind me, and she would gum my neck.
What the hell?
Wow.
Dude, I used to feel it. It was a traumatic experience.
Yeah.
And then you wake up, and you're losing your mind, and you're just thankful that it's over. It's really intense.
That sounds a lot like an old hag experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I just saw a documentary like a couple of months ago where they brought up the hag.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no. Why is this a thing? I really hope this isn't a thing.
She was trying to suck the life out of you, just had the wrong side of you.
Lucky me, I guess.
Yeah, right. Yeah, lucky me. But she's like gumming you. Come on, man. That's nasty.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's like, it's almost like if you took, like the old Nickelodeon gack.
Oh, yeah.
If you filled your mouth with it and then gummed somebody. That's what it would.
Oh, shit.
That's what it would feel like.
Oh, God.
Atrocious.
I used to have 2 reoccurring dreams, but they weren't anything like that. One was I would get hit by a train.
Shit.
Oh,
and
jeez.
That was mostly when I was younger, and it wasn't too... I mean, it was bad, of course, but as soon as the train hit me, I would wake up. So I wouldn't have to be tumbling underneath and like have arms and legs flying everywhere or anything like that. The other one, I was almost... physically, I didn't look like... I think of Hulk when I think of this dream because I was able to jump and then jump higher and then jump higher and then jump higher, and then I was jumping over like light poles and then big buildings and stuff.
It's awesome.
I used to have that dream all the time, and I actually, when you wake up from a dream like that, you feel like you can do something like that.
I feel badass that you wake up and you're like, all right.
It's almost like that movie effect. Like after you see a badass movie, you come out of it and you're like ready to take on the world.
Wow. I gotta tell you,
Fast
man.
and the Furious happens to me every time.
I had, I remember I was like, I think I was 9 or 10. We were living in Kansas at the time, and I remember watching a show. It was like one of those unsolved mysteries. It probably was unsolved mysteries, honestly. And we watched the show. I was with my mom, my stepdad, and my brother watching the show. And it was all about, they at least had a segment on the Shroud of Turin. And I remember them, specifically asking, could this be, the burial shroud of Jesus? And that night, and I've actually had this dream, I don't even know, hundreds, thousands of times since I was like 9 years old. And this was right after I went to bed. I was thinking about it, and I'm laying in bed and drift off to sleep, and I'm instantly transported to like this tunnel in this long ass dark corridor with red lighting only in certain spots. And from the end of the tunnel starts coming towards me a giant hooved like minotaur, I guess is the only way to like describe it. And here comes this giant freaking thing, and it's walking closer and closer and closer to me. And right when it's literally like an inch away from me, breathing on me, is when I wake up. And I'm 34 fucking years old, and I still have this dream even to this day. And it's really trippy. It's obviously gotten less traumatic over the years. When you're 9, that really messes with your shit. But like, now I'm just like, God, what the fuck is the matter with me? So it's really weird that I was thinking, or watching a segment on the Shroud of Turin and then having this weird, like, demon-looking thing fucking coming at me. So I don't fucking understand it at all.
So do either of you think that thing was physically coming into your dreams, or do you think it was just you making it up?
I'm like very skeptical about it, but it's weird that it only happened in this one place. And it's almost like I had residual after she had moved, where it would happen every once in a while.
Yeah.
But it was like, at the time I was at my mom's house, nothing when I moved, when we, moved out of there, only in that one location, which is freaking weird. Like maybe it's your psyche and that you're sitting there or whatever. That was the only weird part. I would like to think no, because it was totally fucked up. But,
right. Damn. I don't know. I think it was just me being totally fucked up in my head. That's what I think. I don't know. It's really weird, though. Like, I'm going to go out on a ledge here a little bit, because that was the exact same time. Like, if any of you guys have read my first book, When Ghost Hunting Goes Wrong, that about the exact same time period was when some really bad shit started going on in my life, and I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. Like, I trace everything back to the book, to that one moment when I was just around that age in that same freaking house. So I don't know if that was a weird turning point for me or not. It's really hard to say, because I don't necessarily believe in minotaurs.
It's weird that you guys it's probably more skewed towards the negative than the positive. I guess I had both. I don't necessarily think that getting hit by a train in the dream was horrible. Yeah, it was terrifying, but I don't view it as being as bad as the dreams you guys had, because I wasn't like terrified of trains after that or anything. But I did have the positive. Have you guys ever had a positive reoccurring dream?
I don't usually remember my dreams. I'm one of those. Like, sometimes I'll have weird, like, nerdy sci-fi dreams where I'm in the future or something. That happens sometimes, but I think that's just because I'm a dork,
I love it. I love that shit. The only positive reoccurring dream is just like me and Yasmin Bleeth, I guess. I don't know, man.
So I used to have not a reoccurring dream, but a reoccurring theme for 4 or 3 years, probably. At least 3 years, maybe 4 years. I didn't remember a single dream that I had other than the dreams about the end of the world.
Right.
Like, literally, I went through every possible way that the world would end. That dream where I went lucid was in that time period, but I remember one dream specifically where I was at a friend's house that I worked with. His name was Ben, and it wasn't his house. Well, it was his house in the dream, but it wasn't his house in real life. It was this massive mansion, and the whole place was closed off because we knew that there were dinosaurs outside. Like, they were like steel reinforced walls, and we were in there. We were in the basement, and this is like the coolest image. There was a river running through the basement, but it was lit like a pool. But it was probably 15 feet deep, and we were fishing in it because there was like marlin and swordfish and sharks and other things in there that we were fishing for. And we were like, fuck all. We had so much fear. We were like, fuck all the dinosaurs out there. We're just going to sit here and go deep sea fishing in the basement in this pool.
Dinosaurs, I'm going fishing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I had every zombie iteration that you could think of, everything hitting the planet. I had speaking of Cloverfield type characters, did you see the preview for the new Cloverfield movie?
I did. The first one, I heard a lot of people were like kind of poo-pooed it. I kind of liked it.
The first movie. Yeah, I did too.
Now, is that the one with John Goodman? Is that correct?
Yeah. 10 Cloverfield Lane.
It looks badass.
Yeah, it does.
I just
it's like a cool take on it.
I'm not a huge fan of found footage movies, but I did like the first one. But this one definitely doesn't look like a found footage film, at least from the video. Anyways,
right.
I had so many dreams where it was the end of the world, and I think back and I was like, was there something going on in my life at that time that I just thought the world was going to end? But I can't think of anything. It's just, I know that people have at least probably 10 dreams a night, whether you remember them or not, but I could only remember the end of the world dreams. I had hundreds of them.
Wow.
It's messed up, man.
That is crazy. It's crazy shit. You should just write a book.
All the different end of the worlds I had. We should make a movie about fishing in the basement.
You gotta have the dinosaurs in there, though.
Yeah.
Fuck the dinosaurs. I'm going fishing.
Yeah, so that's crazy. But have you guys, other than those two things, have you ever had an encounter with something that other than those, that you believe came into your dream from the outside?
I don't think so.
Like a dream invader.
No, just that old bitch rolls up.
The old gak bitch.
I had
now.
one.
If it happens tonight, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, right, dude. He's gonna be tagging us in posts and be like, "Screw you guys." Get in my mind.
I had one in October of 2014 that was probably the scariest thing I've ever had happen to me in my life. Over anything I ever came across investigating, and it was in my own house. And I believe that it was something coming in. Now, it could have all been one long, very detailed dream. But I don't think that. So it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I had been asleep for a little while. And I remember I was dreaming about, I was in this house doing something, probably just sitting there watching TV. I don't remember the first dream all that well. I remember the end of the first dream where I felt like there was something, like I've had this really big feeling of dread, like something was there that scared me. So I woke up. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen it or felt it, and most people out there that investigate for some period of time have probably felt it. Have you ever been in a place for hours and nothing happens, then all of a sudden you can feel a change in the atmosphere and in the environment, and then things start happening?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So I believe that anybody can feel those kind of changes, whether or not you're psychic or not. It's something you become attuned to. So I believe that even though I couldn't see this thing when I was awake, that it was there. So, and I also do this other thing after investigations. I've been doing this for I probably started a year and a half into investigating it. When I would get home, if I felt uncomfortable or if I was worried that something might have followed me home, if I was laying in bed, I'd close my eyes and picture this, like, pinpoint a light, like 6 inches above my head, and I would expand it out in a ball and shoot it out and, like, encapsulate my house and pushing whatever's in there out in my mind and keeping things from getting out. And whether it worked or not, it would make me feel better.
I think that's all that's really important, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now,
100%.
I do think that I was able to block a psychic with this mechanism one time. And I actually mentioned that when we talked to two guys.
Yeah.
Anyways, so when I woke up from that first dream, I felt like there was something in the room with us. My wife was asleep next to me. My 2 dogs were asleep on the floor. My daughter was at her mother's house for the night, but I felt there was something standing in the room with us, oppressive. And I couldn't see it. The room actually seemed darker than it normally was. But I felt like it was there. So I started doing that ball of light thing, and I felt like it wasn't working. So I just, like, had my eyes closed, and I pictured these blasts of light going in the direction of where I felt that it was. And I was tired, and in doing this and having my eyes closed, I fell back asleep. And so then I had another dream where I was outside in a field of tall grass, and I was walking through it, and this ball of smoke about the size of a basketball, really dark smoke, was like swirling right next to me. And I woke up again because this was odd in the dream, and I didn't know what was going on. I felt like weird, and then I woke up. I felt like it was still in the room. So I was doing that same thing. I didn't know what else to do. I was just picturing this light, pushing it away, and I felt like it wasn't working. I was actually becoming a little bit panicked. And I fell asleep again. And then the next dream, I was in my daughter's room in an apartment from 10 years before that. And I was on the floor, and I remember the carpet, and there was toys laying there. I remember the light outside, the sun. And I was playing with this ball, and I felt like I was waiting for my daughter to come in the room. But instead of my daughter, this shadow figure leans in from the doorway and, like, stops and is halfway leaning in the doorway. And I look at it, and then I wake up again. And I was sitting there, and I was pushing it away, and I was pushing it away. And then I fell back asleep again. And this time, I was walking through an orchard. And I don't know what kind of trees it was, but it was really pretty. I was just walking through this orchard, and maybe like 2 or 3 minutes into this dream, this full demon-looking figure stepped out behind a tree 10 yards in front of me, and it actually looked like the Nightcrawler guy from X-Men, but completely black. Like, he had lines over his face, he had pointy ears, and he had like these creases that looked like they could have been wrinkles, but they were more like drawn on his body. He wasn't wearing a shirt, and it was just like full on right there, what I would picture as a demon, probably. And I don't know if this thing was really there at my house that night. I don't know if this is what it looked like, or if this what it wanted me to think it was. I woke up again because it started walking towards me, and I started freaking out. So I woke up again, and I was doing that light thing, and I was actually trying to call out mentally to a friend of ours. His name's Justin. I didn't know what else to do. I was thinking, well, maybe somebody else may be able to come in and help. And I was just like fighting this thing, and I fell back asleep one more time, but this time the dreams were completely different. I didn't see the thing again, but they were coming very fast. The dreams were probably lasting only, in my mind anyways, they seemed to last only 30 seconds. The first time I was in my daughter's room of the house that I'm in right now, or I wasn't in there. I could visually see into there, and the house was on fire, and the room was on fire. My daughter was screaming in the corner, and her legs start burning, and the fire goes up her, and she's burned alive, and I couldn't get in there to save her.
Holy
and then
shit.
It switches to this dark field, like I'm in the dark in the woods, well, no, not in the woods, in this field, and there's one massive tree, and behind that, the fields are on fire, and there's like bodies swinging from the tree branches.
Fuck.
And I'm sitting there watching that, and then it switches to a road where it's like desolate, but there's just lines of pikes and stakes, and there's people like impaled on them, and like all the way through, and then the next thing I know, it's the morning.
Holy fuck.
I don't know if this thing, I feel like it was actually something that came into my house. Like maybe it was just going by in the spirit world and noticed me and wanted to come fuck with me.
Wow.
It's messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never felt anything like that before. Like I get uncomfortable feelings from time to time.
Just when I'm around.
The fact that I kept waking, like if it was one long massive dream and I remembered all the details and I remember waking up and going to sleep and waking up and going to sleep, that was one hell of a dream.
Damn. Dude, that's nuts, man. It's fucking terrifying though.
I worry that it's going to come back.
How long ago was this?
This was October of 2014, so it's been a year and a half. There was one other night that was last summer that I was up drinking all night. And I wasn't really drunk, but I was up drinking all night. And I went to bed. My wife wasn't there. And as I was going to sleep, I felt the same kind of feeling. But then I fell asleep, and I don't know. But I just wonder if, it makes me wonder if this thing was showing me what it wanted to do, or if it was just trying to screw with me, or if maybe I was able to actually like keep it at bay and it couldn't do it, could just show me. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. Like, do you honestly believe though that it is something that is trying to come into your house and like get into your dreams, your psyche?
Since it only happened that one time, I feel like it was just something going by. But I mean, for the first few months after that, there wasn't a night that I didn't go to bed and think about maybe that thing's going to show up again.
Right.
Yeah, it sounds like an ordeal. It wasn't just like one event. It was wake up, fall asleep, wake up, fall asleep.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
So yeah, I hope
that.
that doesn't happen again. And like I said, I don't know if I was able to keep it from doing things, or if I just don't know.
Damn, man. That's freaking terrifying.
I hadn't been investigating for about 8 months. I hadn't had an investigation. I was taking a break and stuff, so I don't think it followed me from anywhere. So I don't know.
I don't know either. Like, honestly, I'm just trying to kick this around. Of like,
yeah, it's weird because like we all have dreams, and we know what a dream kind of feels like, but it's those special moments where it's just different, and that you can't help but kind of think about why did it feel like that? Because, and in a dream sometimes you're not even aware, but in those situations you're aware. Like, I'm dreaming, I'm getting screwed right now.
Exactly.
This is really scary. Like, what can I do to get out of this? And that's not normal. It's weird. Yeah,
it's like you said, you're totally aware that you're dreaming. Because in no way, shape, or form would this ever happen in real life, That's really weird.
The thing is each time I went back into a dream, it was a moment of relief because I wasn't realizing I was dreaming. It wasn't until the thing showed up in the dreams that I would wake up.
Shit.
Weird.
Unless it was all one dream, and then the moments I was awake in the dream, I was aware. Well, I wasn't really aware. I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it. I actually have a video of myself describing it all on YouTube as well, and I'll share that on the Ectoplasm.
Yeah, do that.
Video page too.
That's outstanding. Now, I want to take a little break for just a second. And I want to address our good buddy here, Mr. Mike Diamond. He's like, hello. I want you to I mean, we already pimped a little bit of it. Now I want to broad stroke pimp this sumbitch. Like, I really want to pimp what's going on with Mr. Mike Diamond right now?
I'm actually, I've had a tough time with this whole paranormal thing for a little bit. I'm actually going through a rough patch where, I've been trying to do this thing, and me and my buddy, like, when I got into this, I was like, this is going to be great. There's a huge community.
Yeah.
Like, all these plans that I have, like, boom, 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 we're going to set it up. And over the years, it's actually been a pretty big uphill struggle. I think you guys know that there's pretty distinct cliques.
Oh, my
people,
God.
And,
Dude, I know.
Dude, yeah.
It's really...
You and I have had
frustrating.
Conversations about that, of just about the cliques and all the cool kids and shit like that. You know, it's
Yeah, that's the best thing. The cool kids.
Yeah, the cool kids. Yeah,
but for myself, I really think it's important, and I'm kind of becoming rejuvenated. Thanks to my buddy Chris, who's like, "Yo, let's do this. Let's keep going on this plan." And I know you guys feel the same way. This is an important thing.
Oh yeah.
There's weird stuff going on, and I think it's time for people to start taking this a little bit more seriously. Not that I have anything necessarily against the TV shows, but when people are only doing it to get on TV,
You're right.
it's a big problem. It's like turned into this circus. People are using false information where if you easily look it up, you could, like an orb, for instance. Not that there aren't light anomalies, but most of these things, people in photography have been studying those orbs because they're ruining pictures.
Exactly.
So it's this known stuff that's got to go, and I'm gonna try to. I feel like I was painting too broad strokes when I started the website, and I think I got to start singling out certain people and saying, like, hey, let's start doing this right. Let's, like, do a little experiment and, like, have a group of people do it and try to figure things out, like, why did EVP happen? We should figure out how it's affecting the equipment.
That's
and
badass.
then that's, all that stuff. I feel like I'm rambling, but
No, not at all. That's freaking awesome, though. Especially when you talk about how spirit energy or anything like that could affect tech. Now, even down to, strip the son of a bitch down and get, how is it affecting it? Little by little, how is it affecting it? And build off of that. That's interesting as shit right there. Because most people out there, most people out there or whatever, they have all these, there's tech everywhere. We have so many tech gadgets coming out our fucking ears right now. But I guarantee, like, half of the people out there using it can't tell you how it's working, why it's working, or even if it actually is working. They just know if it's got pretty lights and they're flashing and shit, creepy shit's going on.
That's something we've actually railed about a few times. And I was just going to tell Mike, you can never ramble on this show more than we've rambled on this show. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, that is the damn truth.
But yeah, you're right, Josh. Most people, I don't know how a K2 meter works. I know theoretically, I know what its purpose is for in the outside the paranormal community. I know how it works, but I don't know how it works
internally.
With the spirit,
right?
Well, I can. There isn't even a lot of online information about the practical use of a K2 meter,
right? You'll find that a lot with a lot of equipment too. I got to tell you though, like, I know, like, right now everybody says that we want to take a scientific approach to this, to this field of study or whatever. The problem is it can't necessarily be, quote unquote scientific if you can't recreate a process, if you can't recreate an anomaly. That's the bitch of it right there. And how are you going to do that within the paranormal? So
we would need a controlled environment. It would have to be a study within a lab.
But how do you do that? Do you make a haunted location your fucking lab?
Well, that's the thing. I don't necessarily know if I believe that, a place can be, we all know that a spirit could be just hanging out of a place. But I don't think, I don't see if the proof that a spirit has to be at a certain location, like stuck there or whatever. So I don't see why we can't do EVP sessions in a sealed lab and
Sure.
possibly come up with something. I don't know. And that's why, like, when I started this group 10 years ago, I called myself a scientific group, because that's what you were, either scientific group or you were a metaphysical
Exactly.
group, or you were a combination somewhat of both. But I've completely gone away from scientific. I've completely gone away from the word evidence even,
Yeah.
because I don't necessarily believe what we're doing is science. I think we find some interesting stuff that we can't explain for sure.
Well, yeah. But honestly,
But
though,
I just don't know.
But see, for those of us out there, though, that are looking for a venue like we're talking about, like, I mean, this conversation that we're having right now would be 100% feasible at Mike Diamond's site, paranormalwarehouse.com. Like, this is a place where you can speak and you can ask questions, and you're not going to get your shit ripped apart. You know, people are going to come at you with positive and creative type situations and feedback. I mean, that's just it. Is nobody's ripping each other apart on that site. That's what's so attractive about it. It's not the stereotypical paranormal community with a lot of, jeers and snickers behind your back. It's none of that bullshit. None of that sophomoric bullshit. I mean, this is 100% just people who want answers. That's what's so attractive about this website. I love that.
Well, thank you very much. And I mean, you're right when you say we definitely cannot throw around the word, and I do it.
I do it.
It's not a science, but I do think, it's all qualitative data. It's what you're observing.
Exactly.
And I think it's correlating that data together. So we just released a database where it's just a simple thing. People could do investigations. They could say, I don't know, random Eastern State Penitentiary,
right,
EVPs, and then you could see like everybody that got them. And it's just starting off small, where if things come up all the time, so say the name Ron is brought up in EVP like 56 times, it'd probably be a good idea to try to talk to Ron. And
I would say so.
It's, and these things are affecting the equipment somehow. And it's just, I think, we're not going to be setting up a lab anytime soon, but I think that baby steps towards a process to like actually figure things out, I definitely think it's important. And it's not difficult. It's simple experiments. Like, what if I do this? I know this guy, Bill Hyland, I don't know if he thought of the experiment. I think it's actually pretty old, where you get a bell jar and you can suck all the air out of the bell jar, and you put the digital recorder, and if you get an EVP in there, it's impossible for sound to have been generated in there because there's no air.
Absolutely.
So it must have electronically affected it, and it's just these like little things that go around, and it's unfortunate that people are even wasting their money on some of this equipment that they don't know what it is.
Right.
I think that sucks that people are wasting money on that kind of stuff.
Well, in your honest opinion, though, would you? I see a lot of I don't know, especially like with these gadgets and gizmos and even apps and things like that are coming out. It seems like weekly now. I mean, do you think that there could be some form of charlatanism going on here? Like, I don't know.
I mean,
I hate to say that.
Anytime you work, like, they're busting out things on using the electromagnetic frequency.
Yeah.
And what a lot of people don't know is that our planet makes EMF. Our TVs, our computers, our phones,
Everything.
our microwaves. It ranges from like gamma rays, like all the way to X-rays and infrared. It's this huge spectrum. So there could be crazy anomalies shooting through our planet, or like shooting from outer space, that are making these things happen. But it could also be triggered by something paranormal. And I think it's understanding and honing that information that's going to help. Like, K2s are tough because they have such a wide band, but there are EMF detectors where you could set it on, I want to look at only this
Oh, yeah.
snippet of the spectrum.
It's pretty amazing how intricate it's gotten too. It's really impressive. So, it's good
Well, and
stuff.
I wasn't trying to poo-poo anything. Actually, I
no,
am
man.
Poo poo away, man.
No,
Just poo poo.
No,
Poo all you want, man.
I have certain feelings on certain stuff, but I don't want to try to. I know it's impossible me talking about my opinion, but I don't want to try to influence anybody's view on anything in that sense. If you want to try something, try something. If you love this piece of equipment, love this piece of equipment. I used to not hate, but I used to just roll my eyes whenever anybody talks about an orb, and honestly I still kind of do. But if that's what that person wants to focus on, then so be it. You're not hurting anything, in my opinion, anymore. I used to think that hurts the field, but I don't necessarily think that anymore.
I mean, yeah, like, if you love a piece of equipment, like, know that shit.
Exactly.
Figure it out. Know
Yeah.
exactly what it's doing.
Yeah.
And it's going to, worst comes to worst, you find out, oh, it's not picking up anything paranormal.
Right.
You're doing nothing but helping people out. And it might suck for yourself if you put time into it, but, it might go the other way and you say, oh, shit, like, look
Right.
at how this works.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with learning a piece of equipment inside and out. I think that's only going to benefit everybody. So
Yeah, and, like, if you love it and you're passionate about something, go for it, man.
But I am gonna poo-poo on the like you mentioned earlier, the cliques and the cool kids and stuff like that.
Fuck, yeah, dude.
The reason, well, there's them out there, but there's an overall sense in this community, and I've felt it, and I've even thought this as well. If somebody out there gets even a location that I can't get, or if they get a piece of evidence that I haven't got, that person is going to take something away from me.
I get
Because
it.
at some point, everybody's thought about getting a TV show. Everybody's thought about this. And you feel like if this person's possibly doing better than me and he might get something that I can get, I have to shoot that guy down.
Yeah.
I think there's a huge amount of that going on out there still. I think that I found a good group of people that don't do that.
Yeah.
But overall, I still think that everybody is trying to, a lot of people are trying to one up the other people. And that goes to shooting other people down as well.
Yeah, it's a big problem. It's like a super immature, shitty thing to do, and I don't get it, man. I don't get it. It's and the degrees of people really hate each other over this stuff, and they'll really go out to get them. It's bizarre, man. It's a weird adult group that they just do weird shit, man. It's crazy,
and it happens all over the place. Like, it's so bizarre. It is so bizarre.
It's weird. I mean, we were having a conference in New Jersey, and I'm just trying to get out and talk about this whole database idea, and just be like, yo, like, share, which we should. It's not like someone's going to steal your stuff. It's all, you could always link it back to yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And the guy was just like, oh no, we don't share. We're not going to have you talk. No.
Why wouldn't
once
you
he
share?
heard what I was going to do.
Why? Like, what's the point of that?
I think it's what. It's just that I want to have it for myself, and if it's weird.
I don't get it.
I
don't have that mentality, because if we're all after the same goddamn thing, which at the end of the day we all are, because we're trying to answer fucking questions that we don't understand. Nobody gets it yet. Nobody understands these questions. Nobody gets it. Nobody really knows what happens to us after we die. Nobody definitively knows that.
Yeah.
We're after the exact same thing.
Sorry,
it's bullshit. No, it's fine. No, you're fine.
No, what I was going to mention is, so when I came up with trying to work on the first conference, and I was looking for different online radio shows around here, and there was a group in Topeka that had an online radio show. And I wanted to go on and talk about the conference, and they were all about it so they had events as well, not a conference, but they had some events as well. And they had an event the weekend before. So it was a whole week away. And they said that I couldn't come in and talk about my conference because it was a competing event.
Competing.
And I think those people are still around out there.
Ask them how much their ticket prices were compared to yours, my friend. We'll see who's competing. Yours is what, $10?
I mean, that's not even the point. It's more of, I wasn't even on the same day.
Jeez.
And they didn't want me to talk about an event.
No.
It's
That is great.
it's frustrating, man. It's I look back and like the level of stress that this stupid
Yeah.
idea, like the anger I get sometimes, which I know is ridiculous, but it's like,
No.
yo, you're fucking me big time. Why can't you? Let's just do this, you
Dude,
know?
it's
Come on.
it's a very real thing. Yes.
But you know, I think it's just, you got to let those people go. People that are going to be super sensitive. If you say one thing about their evidence, they flip out. You got to let them go. These negative people, and it's just, I think we have to start forming a network of people who are doing this right and aren't ridiculous and are going to be civil. And
Yeah.
if you say something they don't believe in, they're not going to freak out. Everyone's allowed to say whatever they want. And I think if that forms, it would be so monumental, just having a network of people that are actually working together and like doing these things. I feel like the knowledge base and our what we understand would grow. And I don't want to sound like I'm advertising this website that I have. It's come to
No,
a point where
advertising.
I don't even care. Like,
Yeah.
let's just do this.
Right.
Let's make it happen, because
The only thing that's going to come out of it is progress. That's the only thing that's going to come out of it, especially progress in the paranormal community in general, because you have like-minded people working towards a common goal. That's it.
That's it.
That's all
the only way
we
you're gonna get
fucking
something
need. Yeah, exactly. Get shit done.
Get shit done. That's the new logo.
I love it. That'll be posted up later tonight. That'll be great. Jason, what are you digging on over there, man?
I am posting to the Facebook page. Sorry.
Always a social media whore. Look at you go. Look at you go.
God, I never thought I'd be into that too.
Oh my
It's like,
god.
no, got to set up my post for tomorrow.
Doesn't it suck? It's terrible. It's fucking terrible.
Honestly, the only reason I get on here, for the most part, is to pimp my shit.
That's it, man.
Pimp my shit. That's
Pimp
the only
my
reason.
shit.
It's the only reason I have Facebook anymore. Swear to God.
Twitter sucks because I made the decision to follow everybody that follows me, and I love my followers if they're listening. Yeah, I have like 3,500 of them. I can't keep up with that shit. It flies by on the screen.
Oh, you
if
got
I
no
just
hope.
sit there.
No hope
got no
whatsoever. You're going to have to do some house cleaning there, buddy.
I do have, you can make a list. So I've made lists of my friends and people that I want to follow. So if you want to get on that list, talk to me.
You want to make the list. Oh my God. That's good sauce, though. Now, I wanted to ask you guys, getting back to the dream thing, there was a documentary that just came out. God, it was maybe a year and a half ago, maybe tops. What the hell was the name of that documentary?
Nightmare.
That's it. That's
Dude,
the one.
That's where I found out about the hag.
Fuck.
And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Dude,
That documentary
Jesus.
freaked me the fuck out.
Just the way it was
Am I allowed
shot.
to curse on this? I feel like
Yeah.
I'm just
No,
throwing
yeah,
F-bombs
God, are you
around.
kidding me? No, it's
No.
great. It's amazing. That's what we do.
It does say explicit on iTunes, so we're
All right,
covered.
good. Sorry, kids.
Oh no, they're
Fuck
fine.
you.
They're fine. Fuck them. Oh my God,
I haven't seen that documentary.
dude, I'm not even lying though. The way it's shot, even it's brilliant. It's freaking brilliant. But the stories these people have to say, like, God dang, like that is some
Absolutely.
terrifying shit.
Dude, some of the scary stuff I've ever heard. And you know when you can look at someone and you never really know, but like I totally was like, this guy's telling the truth. This guy is tormented by this awful experience that he has
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
man.
And that one guy, I don't even remember his name or anything like that, but I mean, he specifically remembers having these visions and these childhood memories when he was in the crib. I'm like, holy shit. You know, like, what the hell is going on here?
It's really weird, and like it's crazy how it's similar for all these people. There's a band. You guys ever hear of a band called Dredge? Like from the 90s. Really good, like kind of like psychedelic-y hard rock. And they have a whole album dedicated to sleep paralysis. So
what the fuck?
Sorry.
No, that's fucking awesome. I'm gonna download that shit.
Yeah, dude, El Cielo is the name of the album.
That's
fucking
awesome.
Dope. But they released the recent album, and if you see in the documentary, they have this reoccurring. They almost think that people say when they get abducted, they think that they may be having the sleep paralysis,
right.
And it looks like this character with these big eyes and long fingers, and so many people are all having that same thing. And then I looked at the cover, like it snapped into my mind, and the dude had like drawn the same thing.
Holy
shit! Freaked me out. It was crazy.
Oh my god. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's just like I can't believe so many people are all having that similar of an experience. That was the freakiest part, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. But it also lends itself to, for me anyway, like to suggest that something bigger is going on here that we're not quite grasping yet.
So have you guys ever had a dream that predicted the future?
Let's see.
I don't think so.
I had more like a specific rather than, I'm going to get laid tomorrow or whatever.
I have yet to meet Yasmin Bleeth, buddy. I haven't met the chick yet, so I don't
know. No future dreams.
So Abraham Lincoln and Mark Twain both had dreams about the future that came true.
Weird.
Wasn't Lincoln's concerning his death, though?
It was. He had a dream that, well, he had he had multiple paranormal things happen, but he had a dream where he was in a room in the White House and he could hear like crying. I don't have it in front of me. I'm trying to just remember this off the top of my head, but I talked about it not too long ago.
Yeah.
So he went into the other room and there was a coffin, and there was a soldier in there, and everybody was kind of crying, and he talked to the soldier, and the soldier said the president has died.
Shit.
And then he woke up, and this was like a week before the assassination.
That's wild.
Wow. Damn.
And then Mark Twain actually had a dream of his brother's death. So they both worked on this riverboat in St. Louis. I think it was St. Louis. No, he had the dream in St. Louis, but the riverboat had been in another city. I don't remember off the top of my head, but they both worked there. And then Mark Twain left his brother still working on there, but Mark Twain went to do some other stuff, and he had a dream that his brother was laying in a funeral home with a bouquet of white flowers with one red single rose in the middle.
Wow.
And all these people were crying. So I think it was a couple months or a few weeks later, the riverboat boiler actually blew up and killed hundreds of people. There's like 400 people on this boat, and it killed hundreds of people. And the brother died the next day from having his lungs boiled, basically.
Oh, damn.
And his skin was scalded so bad he died from it. But, and it was a metal coffin in the dream. So a lot of these people were lined up in this funeral home in front of a window, and they all had wooden boxes except Mark Twain's brother had a metal coffin because he was sort of a ladies' man, and all the ladies in there pitched in.
Yeah.
Got him a metal coffin.
Gotta get me one of those.
And as he was standing there looking at his brother through the window, one of the ladies walked up with a bouquet of white flowers with a red rose and laid it on him.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, man. That's freaking nuts. Now, I gotta ask you guys, too, because this freaks my shit out all the time. I constantly have dreams, and it literally, have you ever been, like, shaken out of sleep? Like, are you just like, bah, you jump, and you're like, oh, fuck. I hate that. But mine always seem to happen like right at the moment when I'm about to just kick the bucket. Like, I don't know, like, and I'm still in that state where I'm like half awake, half asleep type shit, but I just get jarred awake like quicker than shit. And I'm freaked because I'm constantly dreaming about different ways that I'm going to kick the bucket. And it sucks. It really does suck. Especially when you talk about some weird shit like that. Like, it makes me just think, oh, goodies. Oh my God. Have you guys ever had anything like that though?
What, dying in a dream?
Yeah, exactly.
I do. I guess it would be considered. I haven't had this dream in a long time, but I had it a bunch of times where it was almost like I was in a gun duel. You know, like turn your back and walk.
Damn.
And I would turn around and I could feel the impact in my chest, and I could actually feel my heart like becoming erratic.
Whoa.
Like in my chest, and then I would shoot up just like that. Where you like kind of just wake up out of it. I definitely had that at least 20, 30 times in my life.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, it was so like you felt it, you know? It was weird.
I had a dream a lot like that. You know, this was just a single one, but it was actually somebody I knew that killed me. So I was actually at a church
Can't look at them again.
Right.
I was at a church camp at this time, and I was working, so I think I was like 15 or 16. I don't think I had a car yet, or I wouldn't have been at church camp. But I think I was 15. But in the dream, I was sitting in my car at a convenience store, a gas station, and this girl, her name is Arcee, and I worked with her, and we were decent friends. She comes walking out of the gas station, pulls this big ass gun, like Desert Eagle kind of gun, points it at me and shoots me through the windshield. And it hit me in the stomach, and I remember in the dream looking down, and it was all red, and it hurt really bad, and I felt like my eyes closing and everything was turning black, and I was looking down, and then I woke up, and the fucked up thing is I had a red dot on that spot on my stomach that day, and almost like a line, and it hurt. So I don't know if something like a bug bit it. I don't think it was a bug bite, but unless like something hit me in my sleep and I dreamt this happening.
Shit.
Because of it. But yeah, I told her about this dream, and I asked her why she wanted to kill me, and it never actually happened, obviously.
You're like, what up with that shit?
But yeah, it was so intense because that, like, I've died in dreams, like the getting hit by trains, and well, that's a presumed death, obviously. And those I don't remember dying in those dreams. I'd wake up when the train hits me. Damn. And I had all those end of the world dreams where things would crash into the planet and I was definitely dead, but I would usually wake up when that happened. This, I remember to this day how I was feeling as like life was slipping away from me in the dream.
Yeah, man, that's exactly how I would describe it also. Like you feel like the panic and like the like loss of like just almost like energy, like you're just like getting tired. It's weird.
Screw that.
I know. No. I feel like a bitch because I lost the duel.
I feel like such a bitch.
Took me out. Took me out hard.
That's so funny. I love it. I love this dream stuff. Now, I don't know. You guys would know this. In your dreams, everybody always says, "Oh, if you die in your dream, you die in real life because your brain can't necessarily tell the difference." Is there any fact to that you know of?
I don't know. Like Mike's in my story, it seemed pretty
like you're fucking
dying.
Like you're checking out, right?
Yeah, like I actually had the awareness of like, oh my god, it's happening right now.
Exactly.
So unless we both woke up right before our bodies or our mind died in the dreams, we died in those dreams. See, and we're still here.
I do know that's what happens to me.
You ever question that? You ever question maybe I died and I'm just making up all this shit in my head around me?
Too many times. I'm definitely on the brink of reality.
I understand that.
Way more often than I should be. It's messed up.
Oh my god, I love it. I freaking love it. I can't wait till fucking August, man. Come on. August needs to get here. I owe you fuckers. I owe you guys some drinks, man. That's for sure.
I'll take that. No problem.
Absolutely. I need to get you guys wasted or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I'll be up in your neck of the woods next month. I'll actually be
That's
staying
true.
at your house.
That'll be hot.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm going to bring another bearded guy with me.
another bearded man.
I'll astral project.
That's
I'll
a
take
great
shots
idea.
with you
That is a great idea. Oh my god. Why
Hey,
tell
Mike,
you what?
did you
Yep.
know that we have a phone number for the Ectoplasm Show now?
I was just gonna
No.
pull that up. Oh my god. So here's
It
what
is.
here's your task, Mike.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
You're to call this number and just leave like the weirdest crank calls you possibly can, the weirdest voicemails you possibly can, and just get really original with this shit. But the number is 913-730-7255.
There you go.
I left a message when I was actually impersonating an elderly English woman
Hey, if you give me a second, I'll play it.
named Elsie Shagnasty.
Oh, it's a lovely name.
Oh my god. Are you going to play that shit, Jason? You're going to try it. He's going to try it.
Yeah, I have to plug in my thing.
He's got to plug in his thing.
But you can also text, and I have to say, I keep I don't have it pulled up. Our good friends out there in California, the Alps group,
Angels
they
of
do
Light Paranormal, that's right.
yes, they do keep calling and they do keep sending messages because they feel bad because every time I talk about the fact that nobody calls us, they do call us, and I do appreciate it, girls. It makes me feel warm and
I'm gonna be
fuzzy.
harassing you guys now.
Exactly. It's a little weird to me that nobody uses and abuses the number because we literally have like 75 downloads per day of this show. So how?
amazing.
Yeah, it's really good. But like, how the hell aren't you guys like doing this? Like, we're giving
All
you
right.
an open invitation to just fuck with Jason. That's
Yeah,
what
so
we're
I want everybody out there to beat this phone call.
I'm gonna pull this
From Miss Shagnasty.
Yo, yeah. Is it up?
Oh, you can't hear it?
No.
Nah.
Oh,
Damn it.
hold on.
You gotta love it. Little Miss Shagnasty.
Yeah.
We could like barely hear it, but yeah.
Oh, well, I had it turned up all the way.
Balls.
Anyways, I have to work on that playback skill, but I want everybody to beat that.
All right, I'm on it, man.
This is
That's
gonna
it.
be fun. This is gonna be fun.
I can't promise it's not going to get weird.
Hey,
That's fine,
that's
you know?
the point. It's gotta get weird.
So,
Oh my god.
I want to give another shout out to Justin Kyle and his comic book Extra Sensory. Go find him on Facebook. Go buy his comic book. It's pretty good.
It is really good. I was pleasantly surprised, that's for damn sure. So definitely looking forward to more. That's for sure. So good,
I love
good
comic
stuff.
books. I'll definitely check that out.
Oh yeah, it's amazing, freaking
Cool.
amazing. But on that happy little note, Mike, I want to
Well,
thank you so much for surprising the shit out of me because that was amazing, man.
No, I was excited all week to get on here, so it's awesome talking to you guys as always.
Well, he's been a dick, and he's been like saying, "Oh, I got a surprise for you," and it's like a week and a half away. I'm like, dick, man. I'm like a little kid, you know.
Sorry it was me.
I'm like, you can't do that shit to me, man. I'm like a kid. And then, so we started the show just like normal or whatever. He's like, oh, I'm going to pull somebody else into this conversation. I'm like, what? And then I'm like, no way. Like I saw your name pop up. I'm like, oh my God.
It's me.
I had a little geek out moment. Yeah, it was good shit. Oh my god! But yeah, man, definitely looking forward to August for sure. So
Yeah, dude.
and
I'm pumped.
Go on paranormalwarehouse.com, start a profile, find all of us on there.
yeah, it's free, people.
It's free.
It's freaking
Unfortunately.
free. Yeah, right.
So I'd like to mention a few things before we cut out here.
Sure.
100th episode guest.
Yeah,
We're looking for a guest for our 100th episode. We may have multiple guests if we have multiple people. Email us, find us on Facebook, call the phone number, text us, let us know you want to come on the show and why. We're also doing a giveaway on that episode. I am going to
Right.
give out a phone, or not a phone number, an email address during the middle of that episode, and if you email that address, you will be in the drawing for a full spectrum camera that I modify myself.
That'll be sweet. That'll be very, very sweet.
So we are still
should,
working on our. Yeah, go
When
ahead.
you come up here next month, you bring the camera, camera that you're going to be giving away, and we will take really dirty and suggestive pictures with the camera, like us licking the camera and things like that. And yeah, that's what we'll do. It'll be sexy.
Still working on our premium content, Josh. I know you love that term. Premium. Rate us and review us on iTunes. We are looking at those. I actually did look on those, and I didn't pull them up, but they're all great. There's one guy that had some good info. So, like, maybe we shouldn't go off on so many tangents, but I think that's a little endearing about us.
We do go off on some tangents, but that's okay.
Tangents are the best.
Yeah.
You know, this one time I found $5.
So rate us and review us on iTunes. Look me up. I'm on another show called The Known Unknowns, and that comes out. That's on 7:30 p.m. Central on 98.1 KMBZ in Kansas City. But they have an app, and you can listen online. We talk about all the same stuff we talk about here. So yeah, check that out. And I'm gonna go ahead and end the show. And thanks, Mike, for coming.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
It was great talking to you again, Josh, as always.
I love talking to you, buddy.
And that's the kind of day it's been. I'm Jason Kupsik. Goodbye.
Later.